French inhale. I like the way you French inhale.
First time in a long time.
Do it again. French inhale.
Hey yo, what's poppin'?
Hey y'all, what's poppin'? It is your girl Shaila and I'm back with another video and I'm bringing back my two closest friends. So this is Liz and
Steph.
So today we're going to be talking about how we met. So Liz is going to start it.
Sorry, I look rough. I woke up. I recently woke up, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we first met through this club, our law enforcement club. I had that first year I had ran for treasurer. She ran for president.
I keep on feeling like you did run
Yeah,
for something.
yeah.
I feel like, weren't you like historian? Or
Yeah,
something?
remember that you were fighting with this one other chick because you wanted to be in art, like we wanted to
In
be
your
in the
chapter.
Yeah, in
we
the
wanted
same
to be in
chapter.
Garza's chapter.
Yeah,
and
but
this
then
other bit,
yeah.
I don't know who that
I don't
bitch
remember.
Who was that bitch?
I don't remember.
Oh well.
But
irrelevant.
There was 3 teachers, so we were divided into 3 chapters, right? So we ended up in the same chapter, and she was in another one.
Well, they were best friends. They already knew each other,
Yeah.
so
Been
she
best
wanted
friends.
forever. So she wanted to be in the same chapter that she was. So there was like a whole yeah.
It was a mess at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a mess.
And then I remember that to get to know each other, we were in Contreras. Yes, we were in Contreras. Contreras was like, okay, y'all come to the table, and we were taking pictures. That's why we were making the posters.
I remember.
That's why we were making the posters.
Damn.
Then in the end, we ended up going to this big table up in the 2nd floor.
And we
at
took
the
that
library.
picture, right?
Yeah.
And we had
We
that
were
big ass
like-
panda guy with us, remember? That
Yeah,
big
I
ass guy
think
was called the
so.
polar bear.
Yeah.
Remember him? Dude, that's fucking crazy, bro. I still remember that day.
And that's when we were like,
You
and
don't-
that's when we gave first impression thoughts. And I was like, oh, I thought she was a fucking like
Yeah.
simple bitch.
So she thought I was a bitch. She thought I was a bitch. I thought she was a bitch.
What did you think about me?
I thought you were a bitch. Everyone thought everyone was a bitch, right?
Now we're best bitches.
Yeah. Then that's when we first knew each other. And I remember I had to ask you for your kick, remember?
Oh yeah, we were
'Cause
getting each other's information.
Yeah, we were trying to make a group chat or whatever, and I was president, so I had to make a group chat or whatever, and I was trying to get her kick, and it was super awkward to get it from her because I was not scared, but intimidated to talk to her because she looked mean. I was like,
But I thought you were a bitch, and I thought you were mean because I don't know. So I was like, why is she even coming up to me? Like, okay, you're president, but
chill the fuck out. Then
Pinche bici pa' irme.
we had meetings once a week, right? And we're in different grade levels, so we didn't see each other all the time. The only time we saw each other was during meetings or during something to do with the club. The next time I saw her, we were getting a little bit closer to Halloween. This is the time,
Yeah.
right? We were getting closer to Halloween, and I was sitting across in a table. We were in a table, right? And I was sitting across from her because we were gonna make. It was the day we were gonna make the witch hat and stuff. Remember?
Oh
When
yeah,
Gil had
it was
that
the
witch
day
hat
we were
on.
making the little ghosts and
Yeah,
shit for
yeah.
the thing.
Mm-hmm. It was the money thing. We didn't make the ghost that time.
Oh yeah,
It was
that's
the
true.
money
no,
thing.
you're right.
Yes, because I remember we walked past
With your band.
Oh yeah.
we walked. Dude,
Sorry,
we were
guys.
cholas.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, I
but it
remember.
was
All coming together.
festival at school
Guys,
then.
I must
It was the
leave.
one
was the-
in front of El
El Dorado. It was
yeah.
the community festival.
Yeah, so we had this community festival we had to attend, so we were coming up with all the decorations and stuff, right?
When I was getting there to the Halloween festival, I popped up a chola, and then I have they were pit bulls. Well, they are pit bulls, but they were babies at that time. And I remember I popped up with both of them on a leash to the little tent where we were selling our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, hey, and I was like, hey, because we were both cholas, so we were like, hey.
So we're like, oh shit, pop up. But before I had seen her, I was sitting across from her at this table, and she looked done with everyone's shit, because she just has that face, she has a nesting bitch face. So I was like,
Y'all probably seen it in the video.
yeah,
It's
they
that
probably
one.
they probably think that you're a bitch, but you're
I'm
not
not,
a
I
bitch.
promise.
Yeah, we're all nice.
Once you get to know us.
Yeah, I said something to you. I don't remember what I said, but I said something trying to make a conversation, to break the ice. And you gave me like a real like solid answer, and I was like, okay, like,
That was
on
to the
next.
I think you were next to her on the table,
I think
and then
so.
that's when I turned to you, and I was like, oh, like trying to make conversation with her now, right? She didn't give me a solid answer, but she didn't like keep the conversation going either. So I was like, let me mind my business, like all right, like I tried. So we like make all these decorations, whatever, right? And then we went to this. The Halloween thing was after school. So we linked up there. That's when she popped up with the pit bulls, and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" Right? And then we were both like, we related on a spiritual level because we were both cholas for this event.
You were a little kitty.
You were a kitty.
You were a little kitty. Cause I remember you popped up with your like a black dress and it was like a long ass cardigan.
Oh yeah,
like,
I was a
kitty
little
ears.
black kitty.
Yeah.
I was a black cat. Siempre la mala suerte. Just kidding.
And so that was the first time we like interacted. And then, well, like as the competition started getting closer, we had like more and more practices, and we had more like stuff to attend to. And then we joined a building search club because it's a law enforcement club, so it was like building search team.
Yeah, a team.
First it was me, you, and that other guy.
It was
Alex,
when we go
or something like that.
Alexis.
Alexis.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, never mind. I wasn't.
Clear.
No, you weren't.
Just kidding.
Because he was only there. Clear. I was about to tell you that to remember. Me and her were on the building search team first with some guy, right? His name was Alexis. And then he left the team, so we brought in Steph. And this is when we were all in building search together, and it was great. Like, practices were going good. You know, we were like...
We had a lot of scenarios, and I think that's where, like, we started developing,
Bonding
like,
more.
Yeah, we started to bond more because we had to make it look very real. So it was
Yeah.
like the trust had to be there and like a bunch of stuff in order for you to place the competitions. So we started to get really, really close at that time.
Not to mention, like, communication is, like, key.
Leadership
We
conference.
went to a leadership conference, and then that time in the bus is when we first started interacting. Well, when I first started interacting with Chris and all these other different people, right? So
Oh my God,
me and him were like the class, like the clowns or whatever of the group. So the more we laughed, the more they laughed, the more we all started bonding. And then
we would always play like music on our way and our way
oh
back.
my gosh, I forgot.
So we would always be bumping.
And that's how we like came out of our shows completely, because it's like I feel like if it wasn't for all those things, we would be really like
music.
I feel like we'd be cool with each other, but we wouldn't be like how we
This
are.
tight, yeah. Like now we're like, yeah, fuck it up, bitch, fuck it up, fucking slap the ass. Oh, I
Tell me why I look like a freaking like hippie.
Because you're so cute.
I look like
I look like I just
promise
came
I
out of
don't
the
do
fucking like 70s, but like goth mode, you know. Like I'm a goth from the 70s.
It's okay. Like I just got out of rehab 20 minutes ago. We were just super, super tight. Like this was my junior year, was my first year, so we were super tight my junior year. And then the next year, well, we got even closer, obviously, right? Because our second year in the same team, like we were doing the same
She
stuff.
was still president. I had moved up to vice president.
Cause
Yeah.
what had happened to the vice president at that time though? Some shit went down with the vice president that was there then.
You're confusing it with the time that she was president. It was me, Moises, and her.
The one with the puffy curly hair.
Yeah.
But then she like slacked or whatever the fuck, so then they made
Yeah, she wouldn't even pay attention to the club, and it's like,
Gail
why are you gonna
president
be here?
or some shit.
She didn't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Right, they made Gail president, and then you were her vice president, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, a bunch of crazy stuff happened. And then our second year is when it was like, okay, we're tight as fuck, bitch. So,
But our second year is when shit started going down.
which we explain parts. Well, we explain 2 parts of everything that's happened due to our friendship.
Yeah, we were going out more. We were hanging out more,
We
like
would go-
outside the club.
Wingstop was the place to go to.
Oh yeah, we had like an
Literally.
we kind of still do, but it's
Yep.
like it diluted a little bit.
Because the very, very first time we all hung out as a club outside of school was at Wingstop. So we made Wingstop our place or whatever. So it was cool. You know, we would always link up there. At that time, it was very like, okay, like, I'll show up and then y'all show up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like we all pick each other up and shit. So it's like we're tight, you know?
Yeah,
It's
but like
cool.
back then, none of us knew how to drive.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
None of us had a car.
So we were like, oh shit, we're
I
gonna
hope
link
my
up.
eyes-
Like, after as my mom gotta take me and shit. And like now we all have like individual cars. So if we wanna go somewhere,
it's
it's
just
just
call
like one
someone
call.
up, someone
Yeah.
who's got the gas.
me and her, we never travel like individually. Like if we're both going
Oh
to
yeah.
like if we're both going to the same place, like I pick her up and we go.
This is
like,
why people think we're lesbians, but we're
Yeah.
just like really close.
Dude, literally.
We have a lot of people tell us that.
But it's okay, and it's no hate here.
It's just that like we've been like rocking since like forever.
Well, I've known this bitch since pre-K. We've known each other since pre-K, and then we started talking in what the fuck? When did we start talking?
Like 5th grade year, that was when I noticed you more.
Like, we had the same teacher our first year of school, but I guess we just never noticed each other.
I don't know if I'm gonna make another video explaining like how I met my man, but I might as well just throw him in here because he's part of the clique.
Literally.
We went in my physics class and he sat like across the room from me. One day I was trying to watch Teen Wolf peacefully and he was being really, really loud and rude. I said, be quiet, right? I was like, hey, be quiet or some shit. I don't know, but I told him something like, shut the fuck up, right? And then
I would have too.
he says that he told me something back, but I didn't listen because I had my earphones back in at this point because like Teen Wolf is life. # nobody got time for haters. After that, we ended up in the same club. And then after that, we became best friends.
I remember seeing his little
They became
weird
best
ass
friends.
in the fucking
My
hallway.
best friend.
Yeah.
Well, now he's still my best friend.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
they're best friends or whatever, but like, I guess like in a way, all 4 of us got tied at the same time. But then me and him were like always, we were the seniors, so we
It's
were
because
like,
way before they were together, like it was me and him, like we're
Yeah.
close.
they were best friends.
Because he
first.
was trying to get with her, so like, and since we were very close, like pues siempre se juntaban con nosotras.
Mm-hmm. Los Liqueas got tricks. Basically, one thing like led to another.
Then, like, look at us now.
Yeah, look at us now. It's crazy, right?
How I met my friends, # emotional.
We
David
could-
Dobrik, we're coming for you.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
shit. All tea, all shade. Que tranza perro.
So yeah, we're still close.
Oh, this is us 4, and then this is us. Next story time, we're gonna be talking about competitions that we went to for our law enforcement team and all the funny shit that happened in between, and how we lost a member during the competition, a bunch of stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys made it to the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time.